There has been a reason for it. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose, but well, I'm live tonight, and I want to speak about something. You know what's crazy? I haven't been really clear on what exactly I wanted to speak about. I would say because I don't want to just talk about anything, you know. And this is gonna be like a mix match, or mix of different things I'm gonna talk about. All of them having pretty much similar things to do with it. We're gonna get into it. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here early. Like the stream. Constable, Eric, Nova, Latasha, Zeke, B Fierce. Yeah, I'm live, as you can see. Ednice, Dwayne, Trill, Champ, Chris, Mighty, Rain and Woman, what's up? Renee, Sydney, Not Important, Simply, Amira, Jaye, Michael Dwayne with the super chat. Appreciate that, man. See Ednice. See Not Important, Gerald, Snake Eyes, DeLon, Jeremy, Miss Amy, Mellibird, McDonald, Janella, Steven, yeah, because you know people show up late and they ask me to, redo video, watch a video from the start. Y'all got to stop doing that, because one day y'all gonna come in my chat room and say that, and you're gonna get flamed live on my stream. Hello, Mike, Terrell, what's up? People love to come in here late and ask you to go back and speak about it. I'm not doing that. You either show up or you don't show up at all. But saying the wrong thing might get you blocked out of here. And I don't care how much you've been in my chat room. Some people get a little too comfortable. And, you don't want to get too comfortable, man. I'll tell you that. Because you're gonna. One of the things that annoys me is when people get too comfortable and they think they can say certain things, and I'm like, no, and then they get, embarrassed and they get kicked out of here, and the cycle continues, right? I want to say this. There's a lot going on. I posted a video the other day, and about Karen Silva. I in the video I referred to her as Karen Silva, right? And I did that on purpose, but people focused on that. They didn't understand why I was calling her that. My nickname for her is Karen Silvertongue. And people were focusing on that. Let me just say this. If I make a nickname for somebody and I'm not saying there'll be two reasons. Maybe it's the accent. I am Southern, so my accent might throw people off. But if I name somebody different than what their name is, it's for a purpose. It's for a purpose. Because I make that video and you see these geniuses bringing it up as if it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to call people that I don't respect a lot of times by their names. I'm going to give them nicknames. Okay? That's how I do things. If you want to go hear perfect pronunciation, go watch somebody else. I do my videos my way. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else. I have always done that with the pronunciation of people's names. That's just how I am. I really I like doing that because that shows my respect level for a person when I do that. So when I do that, people tend to think that, it's a mistake. Jay, you made a mistake. Look, you made a mistake, Jay. Look, I want to correct you. Correct me on what? They so quick to want to correct me, but you will never be able to turn that correction into correcting your life and being able to do something similar to what I'm doing. Okay? No, I'm not going to get to the point. You can get out my chat room. Appreciate that. Y'all always tell me to get to the point. No, I ain't getting to the point. This is the point. The point is me correcting and checking. So I'm going to correct and check on my live stream before I get to any point because I can do that. I can do that. You want to go and get to the point on your live stream, go do it. But here, I speak at my own pace. I know you have a short attention span. You probably have ADHD. You're so used to being able to get, you're so quick to want to do things because you don't have that long of an attention span, which is why your life is where it is. Go build an audience and go do live streams and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about that no one cares about. All right. I'm going to get to why I'm speaking about this person on the screen. Her name is Alexa Sky. I've spoken about her before. All right. And she made some comments about her baby's father no longer or not even trying to be in her child's life. I mean, you had a baby with him and then tried to pin it on somebody else. You were sleeping with him and another man at the same time. It's good, Paris. Make sure y'all like the stream. And in regards to her and her situation, I don't know how many times I've told a lot of you women this. You have got to be responsible with your bodies. You got to be responsible with your bodies. Because when you're not responsible with your bodies, you're going to end up sleeping with men that you're going to get pregnant by, that don't want to be in a relationship with you and that you might be ashamed of. I believe this guy is a car salesman, a luxury car salesman, I believe. I could be wrong. Are we going to get into this? But I think a lot of you ladies have, we talk about men having discipline. I think a lot of you ladies don't have box discipline. I think one of the things, especially speaking about Alexa Sky, you have these women that don't have box discipline. You would think a woman that may have some options would be more careful with having unprotected relations with men that they're not really in relationships with. Those are just situationships, right? Maybe it's convenient at that moment. Why are you doing it unprotected? Why are you allowing, and excuse my words, these men to skeet up in you, multiple men to skeet up in you, and then you didn't even know who the father was at first. Paternity tests had to be done. You wouldn't be in that situation if you would keep count of how many men that you are having relations with. But you wanted it to be the rapper. You didn't want it to be the car salesman. You didn't want it to be the car salesman, right? You wanted it to be the rapper. And that's why you ended up hoping that it would be Fetty Wap's, but it wasn't. You know, it was the other guy that you might have been a little ashamed of. But you got to ask yourself, how did you find yourself in not a relationship? How you find yourself sleeping with a guy unprotected that you're not even in a relationship with? How does it get to that point? Where is the box of discipline with these heifers? These heifers have no box of discipline at all. And they say men are sloppy. No, I think if you are a woman and you're having unprotected sex with multiple men at the same time, that's you being sloppy. See you, David. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Y'all out here just being sloppy. And then you claim that men are slur shaming you. No, men are not slur shaming you. Men are being realistic with you. You're out here having children and you didn't even know who the father was. You didn't even know who the father was. You put yourself in that situation. Why? Why? You know, and I just think that, man, these women of today have no clue. How can you sit here and get mad at a guy that you allow to sleep with you unprotected? You have a kid by him. What, you expect for him to just come in and play daddy to your child? I guess that's not happening because he wants nothing to do with you. Nothing. And a lot of you women are taking a lot of L's these days. I don't care how attractive you think you are. You are susceptible to being alone for a long time, to being single for a long time. And who are you going to blame then? A lot of y'all like to blame everybody else for why you're constantly single and you don't have anybody. It's always somebody else's fault, man. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never you looking in the mirror and saying, what can I change? What can I fix? How can I get myself out of this? How can I be a better woman? No, it's you make all these mistakes and then you want to blame everybody else later. Then you're on, social media talking about you want a good man. You want a good man now? Or a man? Shouldn't you have wanted that before? Why do y'all wait till y'all have children by men that don't want those kids? Before you come to this epiphany, before you realize, you know what, maybe I should have, hung in there. Maybe I should have, not given in. Fall for all these dreams that were being sold to me. But a lot of these women end up doing that, man. And then they get mad at us for bringing this stuff to light. Really just, showcasing the ignorance of these heifers, man. It's a lot of ignorance in them. Hold on, let me see. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up the article here. This is typical. I'm upset. So let me go ahead and blame somebody, because you see this every day, right? You see these single mothers, right? They love to blame everybody else for why they're single mothers. It's everybody else's fault that a man that you were having relations with him and this guy and probably another guy, because women don't just deal with one man or two men. They're dealing with three men, 4 men.
The mainstream media pretty much hypnotized women into thinking that they DOMT need to be responsible for their own decisions.
Appreciate that, Zeke. Let's get into this article from the Atlanta Black Star. So the Lexus guy is having another online spat with Brandon Medford, the father of a child. Scott took to Instagram on the morning of September 14th to call out Medford for not spending more time with their 3-year-old daughter. Was it Alea Grace Maxwell? She doesn't even have his last name. Her lengthy, now deleted message, which was just a black screen with words, says, "I pray God puts the right man in my life and for a good man to be a father figure to my daughter. I've been so calm and quiet, but enough is enough. You can't force a man to love a child, yet his child." See, this is why, shout out to Steve Swanson for becoming a member. This is why you have to actually know, well, I will say this. You should not be having unprotected relations with a guy that you probably don't even know that well and that you don't plan on being in a long-term relationship with. Because what if you have a child? What if a child comes out of it, you know? What if a child comes out of it? What are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do then, Alexis Scott? Now you're stuck with somebody because of the child that you realize don't want to be with you. Now she wants God to bring a good man into her life. When are y'all gonna stop using God as a crutch? When are y'all gonna stop doing that? This is what I'm talking about. God is not going to bring you anything until you bring yourself closer to the truth and to common sense and to understanding that you cannot be sloppy with your box. You have to have box discipline, and a lot of these women don't have that. But they want to blame the men for not wanting to be in the child's life. Well, wait a minute. Did you actually think that this guy wanted to be a father? He just wanted to smash. This guy wanted to smash. That's all it was. He just wanted an opportunity to hit that. And that's what a lot of women got to understand. A lot of y'all are getting involved with men that just want to smash. That's all they want to do. They just want to smash. They don't want a relationship. This dude just wanted to hit it. Like most of the dudes that she deals with. That's why she's constantly single and she's looking for God to bring a man back into her life. Well, you got to think about that before you go out here once again and you're having raw, unprotected relations with men you probably barely know. Let's see. Sharing some of the blame, Sky admitted that she has made some mistakes and can own up to that, but says her daughter deserves more. She continued, "My daughter is pure and innocent. She doesn't deserve looking out of the window asking daddy, come get me." Now that's sad. That's sad, but that's the reality. This is the situation these women put their children in. They put their children in these situations. They put their children in a situation where they're wondering, when is daddy going to come? When is daddy going to come? Because you out here in the streets. This is why I tell y'all, some of y'all don't need to be in the streets if y'all are out here having unprotected relations.
Baby rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Right, Pop Smoke Goes, appreciate that. She's out here having unprotected relations with this guy, right? A baby is born. She thought it was somebody else's, but that ended up being his. Now you're saying your daughter is staring outside the window, wanting to know when daddy's going to come. See, this is the situation you put your children into. You are responsible for who sleeps with you. We can blame the fathers all we want to, but you gave him the go-ahead to have unprotected relations with you. You gave him the go-ahead. You're putting your children in that situation. How about if you're going to have children with a man, It be a man that actually wants to have children with you. But you didn't even know who the father was at first. That's the problem. That's what happens when you out here clutching Dizzick after Dizzick, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, because you're too busy running the streets, being free, right? Living your life, and then you wound up with a baby. And there are other females following in those same footsteps. You see it. Look at Chloe Bailey. Wouldn't surprise me if she follows in the footsteps. I mean, they just want to be single mothers. You could just tell some of these women just want to be single mothers just by how they act and how they want to be so much in the streets. They want to deal with all these rappers, right? Daddy called me back, and Daddy is on IG flexing to the world like he is just this man of God living the right way. When you're not missed her birthday, never calls. When we tell her they put her instead of him. She's in the hospital, seen other kids. What are you embarrassed of her? She didn't ask to go through the pain she went through. God will remove it all from you. Your kids come first. Why are they playing with God? Why do y'all be out here being, listen, man, if you are a religious person, you know, everybody's not going to live their life a certain way. Everybody's not going to be the same, right? Everybody's not going to be the same. Everybody's not going to live their life the same way. But you have to know better that you're going to put yourself in a situation where you are susceptible to ruining your life by making bad choices over and over. Look at the men that Lexa Sky has been with. She does not know a good man when she sees one, or when she may be around one. She's talking about his religion, and she's trying to use his religion against him. And the thing, listen, if you're gonna be someone who's spiritual, who's religious, and you live your life that way, right? People are gonna make mistakes. People are not gonna be perfect, but you do have to live your life by following, not all the time, but what you speak. If you're a guy that speaks against certain behaviors, should you be engaging in those behaviors? I just think that we don't know his side. We don't know what she done said to this guy. We don't know what she's done to this guy. She done probably asked this man for money. He probably done gave it to her, and he might have just stopped giving her that money. Now she's using the child against him. We don't know. Okay? I just don't like when they like to bring religion into it and use people's faith against them. You know, just because you're mad at the baby's father for whatever reason, even though you basically chose him. I mean, we can talk about if he's a bad father or not, but you chose to be in a relationship with him. A short-term, quickie relationship. Well, I wouldn't even call it a relationship. It was just a screw. That's what it was. It wasn't a relationship. I take that back. It was a screw. That's basically what it was. And now she's not happy because he doesn't want to be there. Those are choices that you made. Those are choices that you made, and you have to figure out a way to make the best of this situation. And you're going to have to fix whatever rift is there so he can be a part of his daughter's life. But you have to make sure that that situation can be remedied, because a lot of times these guys don't want to be with somebody they feel like is crazy. The pain Sky's referring to is from not long after she gave birth to her daughter, who has special needs, was born prematurely, required several brain surgeries, and had a, I can't even pronounce that word, which means she had fluids in her brain. At the time, Sky was claiming that her boyfriend, Fetty Wap, was the father. She was claiming somebody else was the father. He was by her side when the baby was born prematurely and even seemed to be accepting paternity for a while before backtracking because he knew it wasn't his. He knew. It wasn't until earlier this year in March that Medford confirmed publicly that he was her daughter's father. This is not the first time Sky has insinuated that Medford was ashamed of claiming her as his daughter. Days before the automobile salesman confirmed that he was the dad, Sky blasted Medford on social media for selling her a car without plates. So he sold her he sold her a car without plates. So that how it was. Did he sell you a car or did you bargain for that car? That guy must be a heck of a salesman.
These females are base backwards. They get pregnant, have the babies, and now they want a stepfather.
Want a stepdaddy.
Why not go back to the baby's father?
It's stepdaddy season. Remember, all these women looking for stepdaddies, and I bet you there are guys lined up to be stepdaddies. Don't believe me? All you got to do is go to their social media. Look at all those men. This guy must be a heck of a salesman. He's selling her cars and he hitting the box raw. He didn't even have to wear no protection. He didn't even have to wear no protection. Selling her cars, and she said selling her car without plates. So the Love and Hip Hop star later went on to his IG comments and spoke about their daughter, saying, "Let me know how embarrassed you are of your child because she has special needs." So she's saying that he's ashamed of the child because the child has special needs. Medford, who doesn't seem to engage in the drama with Sky that much, decided to respond this week with a one-word message that says unaccessible. You know, I guess he's reading from the future playbook. A term some social media users pointed out is grammatically inaccurate, inaccurate, and that others said Medford should have not been proud to use. One person wrote, "Unaccessible to your child, that's some nut ass shit." Of course they're gonna say that. I don't know if this guy is ashamed. I just think that, you know, we don't know what's truly going on behind the scenes. Everybody has a scenario, I guess. But I want y'all to understand this. You got to be careful who you're choosing to wife up out here. These women looking for stepdaddies, and yes, there are men that are willing to step up. Yes, there are. I think you would be an idiot to think that aren't men that were lined up to be stepdaddies to these women. You know. Because again, but there are people who go for the looks. That's why these women are able to gain their followings, because people follow them for how they look. And I will say this too, and this is not going to be very popular. If you've had abortions before, it does affect, like if you've had abortions before, or you're maybe a heavy drug user, it may affect the birth of your children. As I'm not saying that may happen in this situation, but from what I've seen and researched, it can affect that. So I'm not going to say it doesn't. But yeah, I wanted to speak on that, man. I just think that you're out here choosing the wrong men, and you want a good man. You say you want God to bring a good man into your life, but you have to want to be a good woman. You have to want to be a good woman. How about wanting to be a good woman and wanting, first of all, you have to embrace your new role as a single mother. Well, not a new role, but embrace the role of single mother. And fighting with the baby's father is going to do what? What is that going to do? You know? Now, I will say this though. There are two types of men in this world. There are men that understand a woman, and there are men that don't want to understand a woman. The men that understand women, for the most part, are not gonna wife up the majority of women these days. right? But the men that don't really want to really understand women, those guys will wife a woman because they'll see her, well, she'll change. I'll change her. But you end up bringing toxic energy into your life because you think you can fix these women. You look at them and you look at the sob stories and they talk about how bad the baby father is and how toxic he was. But look at all her ex-boyfriends. They've all been toxic. You're not going to be able to fix her. Some of these women like to pretend and be chameleons and act like they're good women when they're really not. They're really not. But a lot of men who really understand who a woman is, they don't. They don't wife these women. They sleep with them, yes. They tell them what they want to hear for the most part. But there are other guys who will hate what I'm saying. They will fight against what I'm saying and what others are saying because, you know, they feel like we're hurting them. And we're hurting these women. You know, these guys who probably were female identified. There's a good chunk of those guys on social media that are female identified, especially on YouTube. These guys are boisterous. And then they claim to be about a community, you know, a community that's controlled and ran by women. That's what they want. They want the ship to continue to sink. And so y'all like the stream, man. What's up, Shan? I see you. Listen, I came across a video the other day. I was literally gonna go live on it, but then I changed my mind.
To any woman.
Hold up. Let me play this. I was gonna do a video on this, but should I play this video? No, I'm gonna hold off on that. I was gonna talk about Errol Spence, baby mother, man. She made a video talking about her regret as far as pregnancy. You know what? Should I play it? Okay, let me play it. This is Errol Spence, baby mother. Listen, I don't have no beef with her. She wants to do music. I have no issues with her wanting to do music. I hope she succeeds, right? But this was sent to me. Hold up. Where is it? But this was sent to me. And this is actually, it fits. This video clip fits what I was saying. And we're going to check it out.
Any woman that has stood up for herself, whether it was a domestic violence situation, a toxic relationship, someone slut-shaming her, or someone trying to tell her what she can and cannot do with her own body. She sleeps with a man, gets pregnant, whether it was her boyfriend or a random guy. He tries to force her into getting an abortion, and she chooses not to. That's her decision. And for the man to turn around and be spiteful, I've been in that situation. I've had someone turn spiteful because I refused to get an abortion, who cheated on me, dogged me out, drugged me through the mud and back. I decided enough was enough, and I left. To any woman that...
Now, this particular female is the ex-girlfriend of boxer Errol Spence, right? They have, I believe, 2 children together. So she's talking about an experience that she's had. I don't know if she had kids by other men, but I know she has 2 children, I believe, by Errol Spence. And when they post on the page, it's called ttenders _ live, I think. And the people were going in on her, man, especially the women. Like, they were viciously going in on her with truth and no lies. They weren't insulting her. They were basically saying, why would you have children by, you know, a guy that you think is toxic, that wanted you to have an abortion, and you stayed with him. Now he done moved on. Now you in your feels. I mean, this encompasses what I've been saying, man. Women put themselves in these situations, and then once that man moves on and wants nothing to do with them, they feel some type of way, right? I could be wrong, but that's just how it seems to me. I mean, if he's moved on, I believe he still takes care of the children. He's in a new situation. I believe he just had a new kid by another woman who looks similar to her, by the way, but the other woman's a little bit more melanated. But they look very similar. They even have shoulder tattoos, just like, he has a type. Errol Spence Jr. It's a situation you stayed in, and we can talk about, the things that may have gone in your situation with him. But again, this is your side of it. We want to, we don't know his side. Maybe he's never going to say his side. I don't think Earl is the type to air out his baby mother on social media.
That has stood up for herself, whether it was a domestic violence situation, a toxic relationship, someone slut shaming her, or someone trying to tell her what she can and cannot do with her own body. She sleeps with a man, gets pregnant, whether it was her boyfriend or a random guy. He tries to force her into getting an abortion, and she chooses not to. That's her decision. And for the man to turn around and be spiteful, I've been in that situation. I've had someone turn spiteful because I refused to get an abortion, who cheated on me, dogged me out, drugged me through the mud and back. I decided enough was enough, and I left.
And that's a lot of these situations that these women are going through. Like, there was this rapper that showed up to his baby mother house, and I done told you, males, about fighting over women that you don't want. Stop doing that, because you're going to put your life in danger. Like, you think that you're going to menace over this woman, but you're only putting your life and your freedom in jeopardy. This guy went over to, I guess, confront his baby mother. Maybe she's sleeping with another man. He don't like that. He want to control her, and he had to be escorted out by police. That situation could have went differently. You males are getting obsessed with women you claim you don't want. If you don't want these women, let them go. It's just that simple. There's plenty of women out here. Doesn't mean she's going to be forever faithful to you. She's going to sleep with other men, and there's just no way you're going to possibly be able to stop that. You can stop her maybe from publicly showcase another guy, but again, you're putting yourself in danger by trying to control this woman, and something wrong could happen with you trying to do that. Now, in this case here, with this particular female, it seems she's reflecting on past situations. But again, if she's talking about a situation with Errol Spence, she had 2 children with him. So he dogged her out and drug her through the mud, but y'all still were together and y'all had multiple children together. And this is the story of a lot of these women out here who stick with these guys that treat them bad, right? Then they claim they want a good man, but they've never wanted one. When you've never wanted a good man, you cannot ask for one. You're not going to get one. You're going to see other women happy with the man that they're with. You know why? Because they're not mentally dysfunctional, and they're not out here dating these rappers or these athletes or these struggle rappers, music promoters, whoever. Street dude. Like they are not dating dysfunctional men. They're not filled with toxic energy. You are. That's why those women are happier than you. They're not with a man that destroys them at every turn. You're comfortable with a man that destroys you at every turn. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that you're comfortable dating a man that tries to destroy your self-esteem as much as possible? You have to look yourself in the mirror. You'll never be as happy as that other woman because that other woman ain't as dysfunctional as you. If every boyfriend you ever had is a narcissist, that lets me know that you like dating narcissistic men. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, men don't mysteriously, magically become narcissistic. You knew he had those character traits, because men who are narcissists can't hide those character traits. And you get with them anyway. You notice those same character traits in other men. Look at a woman's energy when she's around a guy who's considered narcissistic and selfish. You notice her energy is different. She's more into that guy. She might be adversarial, but she'll come around very quickly, because that's the type of guy and type of energy she enjoys being around. She enjoys being around the arrogant asshole. Don't let them lie to you and tell you that they don't like to be around the arrogant asshole. They love being around the arrogant asshole. The arrogant asshole could cuss them out, call them names, disrespect them, but they will come back around because that's the type of energy they enjoy. If most of your boyfriends have been in and out of jail, in running the streets, baby mamas, abusive, you notice those traits and you get with those men. Those men don't change who they are. They are who they are, and you get with them anyway. We need to really look at that. These women are getting with men that they know are crazy. They know these dudes are crazy. They get with them anyway. You know these guys have a temper. You know these guys have a reputation for putting hands on their old ladies. They have a reputation for cheating. And you get with them anyway. What you think, you gonna change them?
To any woman that has stood up for herself, whether it was a domestic violence situation, a toxic relationship, someone slut-shaming her, or someone trying to tell her what she can and cannot do with her own body. She sleeps with a man, gets pregnant, whether it was her boyfriend or a random guy. He tries to force her into getting an abortion, and she chooses not to. That's her decision. And for the man to turn around and be spiteful, I've been in that situation. I've had someone turn spiteful because I refused to get an abortion, who cheated on me, dogged me out, drugged me through the mud and back. I decided enough was enough, and I left.
And that is the situation with a lot of these women, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, they get in those situations, they're stuck. And now you're a baby mama, you know? But there's always options. There's always options. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of you ladies are not going to be happy in relationships. You're not going to be happily married. You're not going to be like all these other happily, you're not going to be as happily married as you see other women, right? Because you're not a functional member of society. You're a dysfunctional woman. You need help. A lot of these women need therapy. I mean, why are you dating men who are abusive? Why are you dating men that are abusive and wanting you to abort your children? Why? Why would you even put yourself in that situation where you're dating men that are considered as abusive to you, dragging you through the mud? But do you know how many women stay? And let me just say this to you. Janella. People love to talk about who's an incel and who isn't an incel. I'm sorry. If you're trying to keep one woman from dealing with anybody else, even though you're not with her anymore, that is incel behavior. That is incel behavior. It may not, correlate with the definition, but we may have to come up with a different term for you obsessive males that try to hold on to women that don't want to be with you. Because maybe deep down, that woman wants to be with you. and you're trying to like wake her up. You know, these guys, you know, again, there's a lot of weird guys out here, you know, but there are options. These men have no power. Y'all give these guys way too much credit when you talk about how they do this to you and they force you to stay. These guys have zero power, none, especially if they're Negro males. I mean, they cry and bitch and complain about how society beats them down every day. You mean to tell me that they talk about how powerless they are on social media every day, but then outside of that, they have all this power to just keep you and keep you from being happy and keep you from being able to love and being able to be who you want to be? I don't buy it. You're trying to tell me powerless people, powerless males, have all this power to just keep you in the same situation? I don't buy it. Because these are the same people who cry on social media about white supremacy. So should I take them seriously? You're talking about another group of men. It talk about you basically being on the thumb of another group of people. So do you mean to tell me that these guys still have all this power outside to just keep you from doing this? I don't buy that. I think you want to be with those men. No. Just admit it. I want you women to admit what you want. Admit the type of men that you want. Stop playing games. Stop trying to, bait and switch these guys. You try to bait these good guys, these good guys that are religious. They love their mothers, right? They work hard. They're intelligent. They're successful. They're good looking to you, right? You're trying to bait those guys in when you really know that you like a guy who's a bit more on the edge, that ain't as educated, that's dusty, that's dirty, doesn't know how to dress, you know what I'm saying? Has no direction in life. He's riding on the passenger side because he doesn't have a license. Probably hasn't drove in years. Anytime he works a job, his money goes straight to he can't file a tax return because that money goes straight to the government for child support. Those are the type of men y'all are out here choosing. You're choosing the worst of the worst. And then you want us to believe that you out here wanting better. You know what I'm saying? Just look at some of the ex-boyfriends of these women, man. And when I mean dirty, I mean, they out here doing dirty shit. Out here doing dirty shit. Yeah, y'all know what I mean, man. But you out here dating these guys out here dirty and dusty. They're dusty beta males. You're out here dating dusty beta males, man. Go look at some of these women's exes, man. And tell me that they want a good, educated, successful man. The only type of successful man these heifers want is a effeminate rapper, okay, or a pro athlete that may or may not be married. I mean, just look. These men are following them around. They are leading these men around. Whenever I see a woman walking in front of their so-called boyfriend or husband, I know who runs that relationship. I know that she runs the relationship. You dudes are out here looking like grown children walking behind these women. You think that woman respects you? You think you're an alpha male? Not the way y'all be looking. You don't even have no money in your pocket when you with her. She got all the money in her purse. And let me tell you ladies something, man. You ladies are out here with men that are not happy to be with you. To him, you are a one-night stand that went longer than it should have. You are a friends with benefits situation that he allowed to become a relationship because again, he ain't screwing nobody else. He just screwing you. You think he has all these other women, but he actually doesn't. He doesn't. You're his only woman. So because of that, you know, he turns a friends with benefits situation into a relationship. He is very unhappy to be in a relationship with you. He's very unhappy to have to walk around with you and go on dates with you and do things with you. Now, the good thing he likes is living with you because he ain't got nowhere else to stay. He ain't got nowhere else to stay. So he's staying with you. He tired of living with his grandmother or living with his mother or living with other people. Now he can live with you. That's the best thing about dating you. And he gets to sleep with you. But other than that, man, the dude looks miserable. Y'all are out here dating dudes that are just miserable. They like, oh, God, I just want to smash, man. Damn. Damn. Why are we taking pictures? I got all these other women on my Facebook. I don't want them to see me with you like this. What my baby mama gonna think? And y'all are out here dating these males, man. They looking very unhappy in the photos. You smiling, they're not. And these are the dudes y'all claiming. A friend with benefits situation that became a relationship. With males that are living with you. You're not living with them. He ain't got his own place to stay. He ain't got his own car. He in your car. Y'all sharing a car. This is your life, man. Y'all are dating men that are unhappy because they gotta claim you now. They can't be flirting with all these women no more, right? Pretending like they single. Nah, your chick won't be all on your page and she wants you all on hers. You like, man, come on. Blowing up his spot. Dudes look unhappy as hell, man. Like, what the fuck? And y'all be claiming these guys, man. Then y'all, and these be the males that be the main ones cheating on you, you know, who y'all so-called say abuse you, right? That don't want you to be with nobody else. It's because they need a place to stay. They don't want to leave their situation. They got a good situation. That's what this is how far society has fallen, man. This is where we are with y'all, man. Y'all don't know what a good man is. And what's funny is that those same women that have been in those situations, they come to social media, they come to YouTube talking about they want to level up and divest. Huh? Well, you need to divest from the homosexuals. You need to divest from these mama's boys that you end up dating. Males that you're leading around, males that you have to give allowances to, and you have to allow to, that you are riding around in your car. A lot of these women have done the disservice to themselves, and they don't even know it. That you've done a disservice to yourself in this situation, man. You know, I did a couple of videos about say goodbye to good men. I want a lot of you women to understand that a lot of those good men that you thought were going to be there once you went through your phase, they're no longer there anymore. And I think a lot of them are starting to see that those same men that good men they thought were going to be there, those men aren't there anymore. Those men are gone. Those men have had it. Those men have gone on to other opportunities, man. They've gone on to other opportunities. And I think women are slowly starting to realize that. Especially in the melanated community. For so long, those women thought that they can just do whatever and there will always be a group of men waiting for them. Those group of men aren't waiting for them anymore. And now they're getting desperate to try to change the narrative. a narrative that has been created through facts. I mean, nobody's lying on them. A lot of them have embraced the wrong ideology. Look, I did the video today about Chloe Bailey. I mean, look at Chloe Bailey. Look at the route she's going. On the route that she's going, she's going to be bitter too. She's going to be just like these other women, bitter about her dating life, bitter about why men only see her for her body. See, because she's young, she doesn't understand that. All attention is good attention to her. But once she gets a little bit older, a little bit seasoned, she's been ran through a little bit, she'll start to see that these men only see her as a piece of meat. They don't care about how intelligent you are. They don't care about how well traveled you are. They don't care about how, educated or successful. They don't care about that BS. They don't. You can't be out here being complete slore. I'm not saying she's being a complete slore, but I'm just saying you can't be an Alexa Sky and then think that men are gonna the successful men are going to want to deal with you because of your brains, right? Because of your intelligence and how well traveled you are and the fact that you're a businesswoman. They don't care about that, man. Successful men want trophy wives that look good and that are going to be feminine, that are going to know their place in that relationship. They don't care about all this other BS. They want you to look good right next to them. They want to make sure that you are a feminine wife who is complimentary of them and their lifestyle.
We men need to save them from themselves.
Yeah, right. Appreciate that, Pope. Pop Smoke. I gotta understand, man. The society of women. I know it's not every single woman. I'm looking at the growing number of women that are choosing attention over anything else because they want attention too. Women are so desperate. Most of these women, and I'm noticing it on social media, these women are so desperate to get noticed that they're willing to go to Colombia. They're willing to go to the Dominican Republic, Mexico, to get BBLs. That's how desperate they want to get noticed. They're so desperate to get noticed. They're willing to go to these foreign countries and get these BBLs. Why is that? Because a lot of these women want attention too. They want to be noticed too. And that's just the reality. A lot of these women just want to be known, and they all were taking pictures the same way, turned to the side. I can see if you take a picture here and there like that, you want to, what I'm saying, maybe on a weight loss journey, maybe you just want to show how you look. But when every photo, you want everybody to know how thick you are, you're gonna attract a certain type of attention, all right, and you're gonna attract the attention of men that just see you as somebody to sleep with. They don't see you as anything that's long term as far as relationship, long term as far as marriage is concerned. They want to hit that. That's really what they want. They're not going to say that, but that's what they want. I want a lot of these women to understand this. Listen, you can have a nice body, but you don't have to take photos of letting everybody in the world know you do. You don't really have to do that. You don't have to go to these foreign countries to get these surgeries, risky surgeries, might I add. And then you coming back to the States in a wheelchair. Like, and y'all want to tell me that people are just overreacting? They're just overreacting, that nothing is wrong, that men are just overreacting to what's going on? No, we're not. I made a video on it. A line of women from Dominican Republic, black women in wheelchairs after having BBLs, getting right off the plane. Why are they doing this? Because they are so desperate to get as much attention as they can. They want to be noticed by everybody. And then they get mad when men approach them on some, I just want to hit it. Why? Why are you getting upset? Ain't that what you want men to see you as? Ain't that what you want men to notice? Do you expect them to ignore it? You're getting all these surgeries and you've turned yourself. Alexa Scott, she's no stranger to surgeries, might I add. But is this what it's come to with y'all, man? Is this what it's come to? All right. I just hope y'all understand that. We have an oversaturation of that, and a lot of guys end up dating the opposite. Like I'm seeing dudes dating women that are the opposite. They're not these surgery table built women. They are the opposite of that. There are women that might be more naturally thin, curvy, no fake there, right? Because, no man wants to be walking around with a woman that has a big old butt, no hips, and skinny legs. I mean, people are going to make fun of her and you, And then she has to go get checkups and probably go through some type of therapy and probably takes meds, probably going to go and get more work done.
Yo, Jay, would you date or start a family with a chick who has BBL, but she is corporative? Eyes.
I mean, I don't know about starting a family. I think that's a little much. Most of these chicks with BBLs are not looking to start a family. That's the thing. Even if I did, a lot of them wouldn't even want. That's not even something they want. They want to be in them streets as long as possible. Okay, that's what their focus is, on being in them streets and seeing how famous they can become. That's what it's about for them. You got some funny looking women out here, man. Ain't no dudes wifing them chicks up, man. They're side chicks at best. A lot of you women with these fake bodies, who have all these kids, you're a side chick at best. You're not marriage material. You're a side chick at best. You're for the streets. And I've said this, if you choose to get married, I mean, that's your life. I'm not here to tell y'all what to do. If y'all want to get married, y'all get married. Because I'm about people choosing their happiness. If somebody feel like they're happy marrying, I mean, didn't Umar Johnson get married? So I mean, well, to 2 wives. Dude got multiple wives. Nothing wrong with having multiple choice. I will say that. Don't be, don't just be what you think somebody else is. Be yourself. Whatever brings you happiness. I'm not a fan of marriage. I'm really not. I'm not a fan of having to sign a contract, with the government as to, marrying this woman. Like, why do I have to sign anything? Just so you can say, yeah, you can marry this heifer. Like, come on, man. Oh, excuse me, this woman. Yeah, if Umar can do it, anybody can do it, right? But he married too, right? Multiple choice. But ultimately, man, y'all have to make those choices on your own as far as whatever it is you choose to do, man. But I'm all for people making the choice they want to make. I'm not gonna tell you what you should do. But that's not my thing, you know. I don't want nobody coming at me like, oh, you're telling people not to do this and not do. I'm like, nah, man, chill, man. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all, you know. Because I know how some people get, man. They think they'll be like, oh, you're telling them. No, I'm not telling them anything. I've always been, you know, pro choosing your life, you know, wherever it is you want to be. But ultimately, that's your choice, and that's whatever it is you choose to do. That's, you know, that's basically, you know, that's on you. Let's see. Do I have time? Let's see. Maybe I'll take a call here. Don't stay on the line too long, people. I may take a call or two. I might change my mind. It is late on the East Coast. This ain't a late night. Holy shit. I think this is one.
All you gotta do is ask a woman what benefits a man has from marriage and they'll go completely radio silent.
Yeah, I've asked that question to women before, and they've gone quiet because there really is no benefit if you look at it for men. The only benefit is if it's a marriage of that man gaining something like a resource from that woman. Because you got rich women that get married to men that ain't making as much, that doesn't have as much financially. That man may benefit from that. It just depends on the type of woman. You may be a situation where you're combining your resources. Families have done it for years. They marry each other to combine resources. So that's going to happen. Janella, if you call in, you're going to have to listen, Janella. I may have to hang up on you. Because Janella, she get to talking. It's hard to get her to stop. Yo, what's up? Hello?
Hey, this is Janella Rogers. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Janella. What's up with you?
Oh, not much, yo. I like this show. This is pretty good. I was starting to get a little salty about what you said about women at first, but
hey,
I'm like,
that's how it's gonna be.
This lady, that lady, the one with the curly hair. No, but listen, the lady that once you put that lady on video, she do kind of sound kind of, you know what I'm saying? I had put in my comment, other ladies gonna get mad at me, but she kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be calling people out there. Listen, I understand what she's saying about the abusive part, because I was in an abusive marriage and all that. I know that most men, unless they've been in the woman's in our shoes for abusive relationship, is hard to leave, because sometimes men are threatening to hurt you, your family, or something like that. Or, you know, I agree with you on this though. We choose these men knowing they do give us early red flags, and we just choose to ignore them. Now, I like what you said about family dynamic, because my whole thing, part of the reason I don't never tell people this part of why I stayed in my abusive marriage, but this is the unfortunate truth about why I stayed in the abusive marriage that I don't share, but I'm going to go here and I'm going to share it anyway. My whole dynamic and train of thought, besides trying to keep the family together and the death threats and stuff like that, was my whole idea was, my main focus was, I ain't trying to be like my mama. I'm not finna be like my mama. I'm not finna be like my mama. I'm not gonna put up and shut up. You know what I'm saying? Put up with it and shut up. Because I was the only female in my immediate family to get married too. So I felt like I had this superficial trophy wife type attitude. Like, I'm the first in my family to get married. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep it that way. So that was part of the dynamic I don't share with people. Because I want people to say, ooh, now see, you're putting it all on his abuse and being scared of him. You never say that part. But now I'm saying it. I'm being frank and honest about everything. Okay? It's not just that I was afraid to leave. It was also partially my fault because I chose him knowing he had red flags, number one. Okay, this is why I agree with you at. Knowing he had, I've seen red flags in my husband before we even started dating. Okay? And I chose to be with him. Knowing I've seen these red flags with other girls he dated before me. And I figured, oh, well, that's them. Maybe they pissed him off. He don't like me, you know.
Right.
So my idea, oh, I can change him because he liked me better than them attitude kicked in once he started dating me. So I understand where you're coming from. But all on a two-way street, you got to keep in mind, if a man is abusive enough to point a gun at your kids, you're not finna just up and leave. You're going to say, okay, baby, listen, I'm going to stay until you can get a getaway plan. And I had to do that a lot of times. Because if you didn't know when that gun, he come home drunk, and that gun is going to point at you or his head or one of the kids or at your pregnant belly. You understand? So plenty of times I had to talk him down out of doing something crazy to me or the kids before I left. However, at the end of the day, once you leave, you got to think. You can't just blame the guy. This sounds crazy. I don't know what to some women that are possibly still going through it, but you got to keep in mind, once you leave, you start reflecting on yourself.
Yeah.
What did you do? What role did you play? You know, because like I told you, I never tell nobody, and I'm being frank and honest. It was mostly, a lot of times it was, I ain't finna be like my damn mama having a bunch of kids and no man married me. F that. I'm going to stay with my husband no matter what. I never tell nobody in my family that part. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the truth. So we got to be careful. Not just us, but men too. You see, like you said earlier, a man don't want to have no babies by no crazy woman. Okay, I kind of got offended on that a little bit. But
well, that happens. Trust me.
When you played that young lady, when you played that video. Yeah. When you played that young lady video, that stopped all that anger right there. I was like, what is she kind of... I want to say her no name, call out of her name. When she said that one line where he told me to get an abortion, and I had a choice. I yelled at my phone, well, heifer, you raised that baby since you chose to have that baby. This man is telling you he don't want a family. What is wrong with you? Now, I know she can't hear me. Y'all can't hear me, but I yelled that at my phone.
Oh, boy.
Because it was out of reflex. Like, what the heck? Because at first I was agreeing with the stuff that she was saying. Like, I understand because I was an abuser. And then when she said that, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. No. When a man, see, the problem with us women sometimes, we don't listen to y'all. Y'all show us. Like, and even with my situation, my husband showing me the early red flags before I started dating him. Oh, I didn't want to listen to that.
Well, that's the story of a lot of women.
That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Sometimes we gotta.
Yeah, I appreciate it though, Janella. Appreciate you speaking. All right.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Janella with the call in. A lot of these women, especially I would say a lot of younger women, man. These young girls, you can't tell them nothing. Look at Chloe Bailey. You can't tell her nothing. You can't tell her nothing, man. She wants to go out here and show her assets to the world. Let her do it, man. She want to lick microphones and do that. Let her do it, man. But again, these women are gonna have a moment of regret sooner or later. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, Jay, this is Jasmine. How are you?
I'm good. Say your name again.
Jasmine.
Jasmine, what's going on, Jasmine?
Nothing much. Just here listening to the show.
All right.
And I just had to call in because
All right.
It really frustrates me to hear these women when they complain about these guys that don't want to be with them when they find out that they are pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing is, you can't force a man to step up and be a father to a child that you chose to have.
Right.
Because you chose to sleep with that guy. You chose to have unprotected sex with him.
Right.
Because he didn't force you.
Nope.
And you, as a woman, it's upon you to make sure that you take all the precautions not to end up pregnant.
Yeah. Well, they don't. The thing is that a lot of times, again, these girls want to be with these guys really badly, and they're willing to have their children, but it's after the fact that they feel some type of way when the guy done moved on. Like, when I played that second video, the second female, she dealing with the guy that has moved on to another woman, and I believe done had a child with her. So all that regret is coming back. All that bitterness is coming back.
Yeah, because they think, oh, if I have this child or if I stay with him through everything he's put me through, he's going to change.
Right. Holy shit.
There's times where these females know, these guys have mistreated their other girlfriends, and they still get with these guys because they're thinking, oh, well, I'm going to change him.
Right.
Or he might have did her dirty, or, yes, he has 4 other baby mamas, but he's going to do it right by me and my son or my daughter or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, he's not. He's going to be baby mama number 5.
Right.
And then he's going to go on to the next.
Yeah, but they don't think about it until the realization that the guy has moved on. They don't realize it.
Yeah, and it's a sad world because what they turn around and do is they implant all these stupid ideas on their kids, saying, "Oh, well, your daddy was trash. Your daddy was a deadbeat. He didn't want to be there for you." No, that's not the case. You chose him to be your child's father.
Right. They choose these guys, man. I be seeing so much complaining after the fact, but then you gotta look at what type of men are you gonna choose after that, and it's like they choose the same type of men after that: narcissistic, selfish, arrogant, right? Maybe even a little abusive. But it's like you keep choosing these men, so it's hard to really take you seriously if you're not doing better.
Exactly. But then once they turn 40, 50 years old, now they want a guy who's going to take care of them and their grown-ass kids.
Oh, yeah, especially once them kids start to get a little older and they start to realize the gravity of having to raise these kids. Now they want a good man that's going to be there for them and be a stepfather and a father figure. So, I mean, you should have wanted a good father figure when you chose the father first. Like,
from the beginning.
Yeah, why are you so eager to sleep with this man, but then you want to take your time and choose the right guy after you done had the children?
Yes. But that's because they're so focused on, trying to live that young life, want to go out, party, have a good time, and then, like I said, once they get to their 40s, 50s, then it's like, okay, I'm old now.
Yeah.
I can't go out and party like I used to no more because now my kids are older.
Yeah.
My mom's older now, so she can't be babysitting them no more. So now I want a guy who is going to pay all the bills. Well, I just do the bare minimum.
Right. Yeah. And then they want to have hot girl summers at 45 because the kids done got older. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're dressing like their daughters. You know what I'm saying? Just out here looking bad. Thinking they're going to get a good man. The men their age are dating younger women. So it's,
Yeah. Yes,
That's
and those young girls that those older men are dating don't look like this 40, 50-year-old women.
right.
You know, slim, petite,
Yeah.
good looking.
Yeah.
They don't have the long claws.
Yeah, and they're trying to compete with them, and it's like you're not gonna be able to compete with them because those women aren't as broken as you.
Yeah, and they're some of them when they have daughters who are in their early teens, or late teens. They're over there competing with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're over there trying to outdress their young daughters. And I'm just like, you're supposed to be setting up a good example for your kids.
Right. But see, they look at social media like, well, I want to look like that too. I can look like that. I still have, a body or a physique that'll get attention. I can do that too.
Yeah, but the big difference is that their young daughters. Well, for the most part, their young daughters haven't paid for any of that yet. Well,
right.
they have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's not gonna be. Thing is, man, if you women don't get your mind right, there's not gonna be no good men waiting for you out here. None. There's a few now, maybe if you can spot them, but a lot of these women gonna be alone. That's the harsh truth. They don't want to believe that, but that's the road a lot of them are going down.
And I'm glad you actually said that because I read this a couple of days ago. That it was where did I see it? I think it was on Instagram. It said that there are still good men out there, and it quoted, "But you are not the right woman for that man." And I was like, yeah, that's very profound and very true.
Yeah. But in their minds, they think they are, but they aren't.
Oh yeah. Because you can't tell them nothing.
No. That's why they hate what we talk about. They hate that truth, and the thing is, the truth hits them harder when they get the older they get because, they've been single for a long time, man. They've been playing all these games, and they've been out here trying to win back the ex, and he been playing games with them, and they realize he ain't coming back. And now they older. The kids have gotten older. They don't have a life. They're bored. They work a job that they hate.
The more desperate they get.
Yeah.
They become extremely desperate once they get older. Now it's like it's a ticking bomb, like it's going to go out in a second, and so we got to hurry up and find the perfect guy. And they keep choosing the wrong ones because there's no right guy when you are not the right person for that man.
That's why a lot of y'all gotta, a good person is right there in front of y'all. Y'all overlook him because he doesn't have that narcissistic trait that a lot of y'all go for.
Yeah, definitely. But see, I also feel like, some of these women, they date those, bad guys, as they call them, because it gives them the, what they need to go out there and complain about him and have other dudes over there like, oh, well, if you were with me, I would do X, Y, and Z. And to be honest with you, I feel like some of those women are narcissistic themselves, and they like that because why else would you keep, going for those type of guys?
Yeah, they see themselves in them. They present themselves differently, but deep down, like they're like, I'm just like this guy. All right.
It's tough out there.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just glad that men aren't falling for that no more, and they got their head on straight. And my advice to them would be just keep on moving, because you're not missing nothing.
Absolutely. And I think they know that. I can tell by the guys that listen to me, that have called in before.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. We all listen to you here at home, everybody.
Yeah, I know, right? You and Robert.
Yes.
Well, that's cool, man. I appreciate it.
My 10-year-old, she's obsessed with your show.
Oh, see.
While I'm at work, sometimes she'll send me some of your videos, and she's like,
Oh,
"Mom, have
no.
you listened to this video yet?" I'm like, I'm at work."
That's why I tell people, man, this is a family show, man. This is a family show. I try not to curse. But I'll just be like, screw it. I'll be going in anyway. But yeah, I tell y'all it's a family show because I be having families listening, you know. But that's cool, man. Shout out to y'all,
You're
man.
doing
Shout
a great
out to
job. Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
You have a good night.
All right, you too, Jasmine. Thanks for the call.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Shout out to Jasmine. Got the whole family watching. Hope the little one isn't watching the content that, I be going too much into. Especially some of these live streams.
These women are crazy. I see what they are on and can't rock with it. Marriage ruins good men's lives.
I agree, Lance. Appreciate that, man. I agree with what you're saying. I think I don't want to listen. I'm not the one to put all women in the category. I've never been that, but y'all know the type of women. Y'all see them every day. You probably talk to them, interact with them, probably have them in your family. They are the type of women that will definitely be the type of women that are dysfunctional, toxic, and they have a lot of toxic energy. And you see them give the men that they're with a hard time. You know. Hello, yo, what's going on? You're live with Jay the Black. What's going on? Are you there? I cannot hear you. You're gonna have to call back in because I couldn't hear you. I might take another call or two. I know it's late. I know y'all probably have stuff to do in the morning. I'm not gonna keep the live going too much longer because I don't want to be up too long. But I want to speak on this Sunday. Words to speak on, or to take in. All right, let's see if we can hit him now. Yo, you're live with Jay the Black. What's going on? Yo, are you there? Okay, no, I could see what you're saying, but I can't hear it. Oh, let me see something. I could see your words, bro. Or sis, bro. But I just couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Shout out to everybody that's here tonight. I'm thinking. I was thinking about. It's been a minute since I've done a late night creep stream, but I'm not. I couldn't get no sleep then. But I would love to do those again sometime soon. Yo, you live. What's up?
Hey,
What?
Jay, Daisy.
What's good, Daisy? Been a minute. What's up?
Hi. I apologize. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I apologize. It's been so long since I've contributed. But the content's been at the same excellent level that it's always been. But
Thank
anyway,
you.
Continuing on to this topic.
Uh-huh.
I think that, yeah, you're welcome. Continuing back onto this topic, I think that a big issue is that a lot of women like Alexis Sky or Ari Fletcher, or even though Jada doesn't be looking as bad as them, Jada, you know what I mean? A lot of, and I'm sure they grew up that way. A lot of young girls are looking at these girls and they want a rapper boyfriend. You know what I mean? They want a boyfriend with chains on. They want to live like Kylie Jenner. They want to live that life, and when they get on Instagram, when they change their bodies, when they start getting the type of attention from these men that they've always wanted attention from, it's not until they have to get played to want the good men, is what I'm saying, because all they were on social media and all the girls they look up to, they thought that those were the type of dudes that they should be going after.
Yeah, they look up to them and they embrace it. That's what you're starting to see with these up and coming quote unquote female artists. Like, they're copying the behaviors of what they see those women do, and not understanding that, a lot of times these people are very unhappy, unwell people. Who validation comes from their bodies and not necessarily their talent. And so that's why you see so many women are quick to do I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but they quick to get, to do OnlyFans or whatnot, just to showcase their body and to be very sexual, right? These young girls are being programmed to be sexual out the gate. Don't have a chance.
Yeah, that's why personally I don't agree with OnlyFans. Like, you get me? There's a lot of girls waiting to turn 18 just so they can jump on there.
Yeah.
Like, it's so normalized now. Like I said, you had Beyonce talking about it in her song. These little girls are listening to you. They think it's normal now.
And they think what
But anyway, my closing point. Oh, I'm listening.
No, you go ahead. You good.
Okay, cool. All of this is just a bigger statement on where we are as a society. And I say this as someone who, I used to be like this. You get me? Like, I used to definitely not like Alexis Sky and Ari Fletcher and all of that. But when I was in high school, I wanted to put pictures up looking like Kim Kardashian. Do you get me? Like, I didn't realize, like in high school, like, that I shouldn't be looking that grown. I shouldn't, like, just because they have something tight on, like, and then, like, when I was, like, 19 and 20, like, I used to, like, be stressing over Instagram pictures for no reason.
Wow.
And that's why I can speak from a place of experience, because, like, I didn't even realize how stupid the shit was looking. Like, I just thought, these bitches are winning doing it. Why aren't I doing it? And then, like, you have girls like the city girls that straight clown you for dating a regular nigga that makes regular money. Like, obviously none of that phases me anymore because I've matured, but I see why these young girls are falling for the trap. And unfortunately, some women like Alexis Sky, they don't learn until they're, like, way in their 30s.
Yeah.
They followed the ways of the world to their detriment.
Yeah. And that, again, it's that regret that comes back years later. That regret comes back, and they realize that they've really screwed up, and now they're looking for somebody to help them out of it.
Exactly. Well, keep up the good content, Jay. I'll speak to you later.
All right, Daisy. Thanks for calling in. All right. Yeah, shout out to Daisy. Peace. Shout out to Daisy with the call in. Yeah, man. It's Hey, man, I told you y'all talking about my callers, man. That's not nice. But yeah, as far as the late night creep stream, it was the late night unfiltered streams. I would just get on here and just babble about whatever. We go. The conversation may go sexual. The conversation may go political. It's whatever. That's why I call it late night creep stream. But that was when I couldn't sleep at night. You know, I just couldn't. So I just be up late talking to people. It'd be a few people here, but it was cool. It was right when I was building up this channel, when I was doing it. You know? Yeah, it's good to hear from Daisy, man. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to all the chat members, man. The people that support me on Patreon too. I want to start doing the the private chats again on Discord or whatnot. It's just about timing. I've been trying to do a lot of different things outside of YouTube, so yeah, man. But that's it for the calls, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Links in the description, man. That's how y'all keep in touch with me. Or through email. If there's anything that you want to tell me, you send it to me through email or through IG. A lot of people love to send me stuff through IG or tag me on Twitter. You know, bare their soul to me. I don't know. I guess I guess I'm the guy that people like to bare their soul to. You know, that's cool. I'm always a listener, patient listener. All right. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend. Check out the videos I posted today on the other channels. I posted 2 videos. So make sure y'all go and check those videos out. Alright. Yeah, no more calls, people. No more calls. You should do counseling, Jay. I could do some form of it, Janella. Maybe speak to some people. Hear their problems. You know. Giving advice if they use it. You know what I'm saying? Right, Rachel? People say y'all missing y'all bedtime for this important meet. Yes, it is very important. It's a very, yeah, this is very important. This is very important. And I'm glad y'all are here, you know, to listen to me. Just catching back up with everybody. All right. Okay, people. Again, like the stream. I'll see y'all on the next live show. Hopefully it isn't too distant. I'm going to see about doing more shows next week. And so y'all stay tuned in. Now, if you haven't, click the notification bell, people. We need the notification bell clicked. That's what we need here. All right. All right, people. We have a voice that carries through, Jay. One that keeps our ears listening. Well, that's good to hear, Janella. That's good to hear. All right. All right, people. I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Have a good night.